our best, our maximum, as always, in every condition, every situation. In win or lose, we will do our best, we will never give up, and I hope they will be proud of us.
L'obiettivo per questa stagione credo sia lo stesso per tutti, è quello di vincere. Sia io che i miei compagni siamo preparati alla competizione.
And here we are for the last match of the day. One of the best teams from match day one, the best, it's AC Milan, against one of the least good. I don't want to say the worst. I know the word, but I don't want to say it. And this is incredible, you know, because these guys, Lofty, Kills You, Nexa, they are top players. So they will have to prove why they are here.
Yeah. Well, we'll put it in context for you guys at home. If you didn't watch match day one, the reason why Manchester United only only have 2 points was they played Barcelona.
Yes.
So to put it in context, we saw how good Barcelona were earlier. You can kind of understand why they're here. To kind of set the table a little bit more for those watching at home. And again, you know, if you're not averse to football, if you don't really watch football and you found yourself here, first of all, thank you very much for joining us. Second of all, let's just fill you in on these two clubs as two clubs in general. For my money, the biggest club in England. For my money, arguably the biggest club in Italy, right? There are two mammoth clubs that have, and we talked about expectation through other clubs. These two have got expectations that are another level. There's a level of expectation with Manchester United. There's a level of expectation with AC Milan. The good news on AC Milan's side of it is, at this point, they've met that expectation.
Yes.
Because they have completely gone above and beyond. And I would
say they are the new kids on the block.
Yeah, well, to some degree, because I was sat at home and I was thinking, and I was looking through when you were talking about them going, well, their gameplay might be a little bit hidden and things, and I looked at it and I went, well, actually, their captain, Naples, previous Euro 2020 champion.
Yeah,
so
but
but in terms of the context of this league,
exactly,
absolutely.
Exactly.
And obviously, with it being a new team as well to the league, I can totally agree. But I think in terms of the caliber of those players, they are incredible players. To match that on the other side of the fence, you've got Nexa, who was the MVP of last year.
Yes.
You've got Lotfi and Kilzu, who have been around and in this competition for quite a few years. Previous winners with Monaco.
Yes.
Kilzu himself was a rising star out of Monaco.
Yeah, Kilzu is an amazing player.
So you have all the makings of, you know, we talk about this, and I very rarely use this word when it comes to games. It's 2 words, box office. This has got box office written all over it, in terms of the caliber, the situation of the teams, the situation of the games, the players who are going to be playing against one another. It has everything that is designed to be that main event. You know, if he was to say, oh, it's going to be a show match, because I know that's the kind of the thing in kind of Europe where you go, it's a show match. This is it. This is the one. This is the, as much as we wax lyrical about Barcelona versus Bayern Munich, this one's a really intriguing one.
Yes.
And then looking at the 2 players who are going to come against each other, it Kills You versus Naples.
Yes.
And that in itself, that's going to be a very interesting matchup.
And this has all the ingredients on this competition. We have an English team, we have an Italian team, we have a French roster, and we have an Italian roster.
Yep. Yeah, so, and that's it. And that's the thing. But again, when you are clubs like these 2 clubs, you'll go out and get the best because you want the best to represent you. Outside of grabbing Uzmakabil Netarito, I would say that the 3 gentlemen who are fielding for Manchester United in this environment are the best 3 you could go and get outside of those. You know, in that pot, they're in that elite level of players because they've been around winning mentalities. They've been around beating teams and beating teams comfortably, and they have that in the ability. And again, to talk about the clubs themselves. Both of these clubs, though, have got weapons. We saw how good Zlatan Ibrahimovic was in this game mode. We've seen Rafael Leao against Cezinho's goal. Was Rafa Leao converting it? But then on Man United side of the fence, you've got Rashford, you've got Sancho, you've got Anthony, you've got Martial. You've got players who you can move about the pitch and are interchangeable, and that's what makes them so dynamic and so dangerous.
Yes.
And I think at this point, I mean, you know, we haven't done predictions, and thankfully we haven't, because I couldn't split anybody here. It's so good from a, you know, as a kind of a personal comment from me, to be back for this match day filling in for Harry. it's been fantastic for me to be up close on watching this level again, because it reminds you of how good these players actually are up close and personal.
Yes, these players are amazing, and I think that this is my personal opinion, that today we saw better matches than on match day 1.
Well, the players have got comfortable now.
Yeah.
I know it was only one match day, but players are now like, okay, well, I know what that feels like.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
I can,
yes.
you know, it's been a while, as Maccabeel said, it's different from being online
Yes.
to being offline.
Yes.
There's a different vibe. You can physically feel people. You can physically feel, as we said earlier, you can feel tension. You can
Yes.
feel the emotion that's in the room. And that is a different vibe, and it's something you've got to get kind of almost retrain your brain to be, because some of these players have not had those types of tournaments in what, 3, maybe 4 years. They've
Yes.
not had that environment.
That's a lot.
Now you've got to get back used to it.
That's a lot, and they have to travel, they have to come here to Barcelona. We are live from Barcelona, enjoying with these players this amazing celebration of video games, of my favorite video game, which is eFootball. I've been playing this game for so many years. It was called so many other names.
There's been a lot of iterations of it.
Yeah,
I think
but
probably the two of us have probably been playing it since we were in short pants.
Yes, and I like this game so much, and I enjoy this game so much, that being able to share this time with all of you at home, this makes me very happy. Thank you very much. This is the best community in video games for me. I mean, I grew playing this game and I enjoy it every day. And thank you very much to everybody in Latin America, in Argentina, in Brazil, in Peru. These people are really passionate.
Well, I was going to say, to pardon the pun, it's great to see the evolution of it.
Yes, of course.
Pardon the pun.
Of course.
It's great to see the evolution of, to get to this level, to get to a level where we have real world clubs that
Yes.
have rosters of
Yes.
eFootball or esport athletes. You know, we haven't spoken about this one at length, but João Victor, for example, his dream was to move from Brazil, or he followed his esport dream to go from Brazil to Portugal, to then, because he was chasing a dream because he wanted to compete in esports, and then now he's achieved that dream because he's now part of Bayern Munich, and he's now achieved that role.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's fantastic for those types of stories to be told, because again, if you're sat at home and you're watching this, somebody might go, I'm not really bothered about that backstory, but it does show you the level of commitment that some of these players have had to do in terms of committing to changing locations, changing cultures, changing environments.
Yes.
It just goes to show.
And this community is also a family. Last time I saw you, we weren't even world champions, and look at us now.
Indeed.
But here
as
we are.
We get to what I would say, because it is the last game, it is the main event of match day 2. It is Manchester United versus AC Milan. And this, like I said, has got box office written all over it.
And it starts with kills you against Naples.
And it is AC Milan go from left to right. It is Manchester United in their traditional red shirts going from right to left. As Calabria gathers the ball up for a throw-in. And again, it'll be interesting to see who starts off the quickest of the two, as Victor Lindelof finds his way to retrieve the ball, but Calabria's won it back. It's cleared away once more. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how nerves set up here.
Yes.
How do nerves set up, and how does it function here? Kayer brings it forward, finds Sandro Tonali. Tonali to De Cateare. Brahim Diaz is cleared away. Here's Eriksson though, finds Marcel Sabitzer. We heard a lot about the position of Marcel Sabitzer in the build-up to this, as being deployed as a centre forward as opposed to his traditional position. Again, these guys are working under a collective team strength of 24-30, so they will be looking to maximise their potential. Here's Martial, looking for Sabitzer once more, back in towards Anthony Martial. Martial in towards Bruno Fernandes, not back, looking for Sabitzer. It's cleared away, only as far as Casemiro.
It was an intelligent play.
He's still there, danger is still on here as Calabria up against Bruno Fernandes. And expect skills in this game from both players. Both of these players have the ability and have it in the locker to be able to pull off skill moves as and when they need to.
And here it comes.
It's Calabria.
It's AC Milan.
Calabria looking forward here. Ball into the box. Brahim Diaz In towards Sandro Tonali. Tonali looking back for Brahim Diaz. David De Gea will gobble that ball up. And will take it away. Here's Sabitzer looking for the header. Gets the header, but he's gifted it straight to Rafael Leo. Leo into Tonali, back towards Leo, in towards Brahim Diaz.
Epa.
Oh, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's looking to lurk there, but he's cleared away once more. Is Anthony Martial.
I like the fancy jump.
It's very much, the air flicks are very much a welcomed aesthetic that I'm very much a fan of within this game, as Bruno Fernandes looks to free up Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side, drifting in as he has been doing to great effect in the real world. He's now trying to do it in the virtual world too.
Yes, of course.
Tonali will win it back. Here's Ibrahimovic to
For
Rafael
now,
Leo.
It looks very balanced, this game. It's battle in the midfield.
But it will only take a second for that to change. Long ball in towards the backfield, looking for Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes trying to flick it on. That is Magnan who will take that under his spell. Throws it out towards Calabria. Zlatan with that knockdown. And Sandro Martinez will take that one clear. It's David De Gea. What's that forward towards Marcus Rashford. Brahim Diaz takes that again. Sandro Tonali. Tonali back to him. Is Ibrahimovic. Can he get free? Stunning strike. Blocked off. Aaron Wan-Bissaka looking to try and head that down. Ibrahimovic wins it to it.
It was very well blocked.
It was well cleared in the end as well by Kilzu. There is Christian Eriksen. Bruno Fernandes, brilliant through ball. It's Marcus Rashford onside. Can he find the strike? He looks to roll it across and it's cleared away.
And I can see that Kilzu, it's a little bit more advanced in this game.
He's looking a bit more technical at the moment.
Yeah,
here is Marcus
in
Rashford.
terms of chances.
Rashford in towards Martial, slipped at a vital moment.
Situations, precision, a little bit more for Manchester United.
But it'll only take a second for that to change as Zlatan Ibrahimovic finds it out to Brahim Diaz. Diaz turns in field. Bruno Fernandes with the challenge there. Nothing was given. Eriksen's made his way forward. Is Bruno Fernandes back? Instead, it's Tomori will take it clear there. Foul given away there by Victor Lindelof. Well, we've seen plenty of trick-free kicks.
Yes,
in our travels.
We haven't seen today any free kick goal.
No,
not yet.
I don't think we've only ever. I think we saw two direct free kicks.
Yes.
One was Bayern Munich, and the other one was the post hit for Arsenal from Dominator. So we haven't, quite rightly, fouls have not really been at a premium at this level of the field. It's going to be taken shortly to Calabria, and Sabitzer is going to nick that one clear, and that's a little bit of a waste opportunity there from AC Milan.
Yes, that failed. That was a prepared play that failed.
It did indeed, as Marcus Rashford looks to turn back in field. Kaye takes it away though. The Great Dane at the heart of AC Milan's defence. Ball forward to Calabria. Calabria inside to Brahim Diaz. Neat back here, finds Tonali. Finds the hands of David De Gea. Martial. Towards Eriksen. Eriksen to Sabitzer. Back towards Eriksen. Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro. Up towards Marcus Rashford. Has overlapping runs should he use them. It's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes looking to combine. Plays it in towards Sabitzer. It's going to go all the way out for a corner ball, I believe. This will be a corner for Man United. Coming up towards half-time here. He's going to look towards Rafael Varane for a header. The goalkeeper's come out of goal here. Sabitzer, can he grasp hold of it? He's put it wide and an open goal.
What happened to that goalkeeper?
Manual goalkeeping to come and try and stop Varane's flick on. Instead, Magnan doesn't get out quick enough, and as a result, it leaves the goal absolutely wide open.
He went for a pizza.
He went for everything, and instead come up with absolutely nothing.
And you know, I could hear Kilzu lamenting because it was a big opportunity to have that goalkeeper so far away from the goal.
Just needed to be on target. That's all it required. And that would have been a Manchester United lead. And instead...
And now he wants to put the first half to bed. It's 0-0.
You can see the gesturing from Kilzu. You see the gesturing from him, he's not quite happy. I think he probably feels that he should be a goal ahead here, and there's only been that one opportunity.
Yes,
It was close. There was the half chance for Naples with Ibrahimovic down the other end, which got smothered. There's not really been a lot of other chances to really speak of.
No, it's fair. I think the result for now is fair.
Rashford, Martial. Tomori intercepts it, finds Tonali. To Rafael Leao. Casemiro intercepts it, finds Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Eriksen. Eriksen to Sabitzer. Tries to get it back to Eriksen. Instead, Tonali gets there. Eriksen with a lunge, gets there ahead of the defender. But no foul was given. Here's Ibrahimovic up to his chest. Brahim Diaz. Forward again once more is Rafael Leao. Calabria. Brahim Diaz back towards Benacer. Diaz. Back towards Benacer again. He just can't get the ball through, and Eriksen will clear that one down the line. Sabitzer giving that physical option, also going forward, being in that unnatural position, but balls through Ibrahimovic. Leao.
It's a very battled match. It's not precise. It's not skillful. It's just battled.
It's what we would call in the UK a scrap. It's literally a scrappy game. It's not one that's born out of skill at this point in time. It's not smooth, correct. It's that there's not really too much skill involved here. But it kind of goes against what we know about these two players, is they are normally littered full of skills. You can see their shots, 5 total. It's not really been a lot going here. Hopefully we see a little bit of individual brilliance as Brahim Diaz tries to find a way through. Martinez will take it clear. There's Marcus Rashford. Ball's going to come forward again here with AC Milan. It's Brahim Diaz. Diaz. It's Tonali. Blocked away again. Eriksen will clear.
And AC Milan, it's attacking a little bit more in the second half.
They are indeed, but be careful of the counter-attack of Manchester United. Here's Marcus Rashford. Rolls it across to Marcel Sabitzer. Sabitzer to Eriksen. It's bundled. It's still there for Eriksen. Martial is bundled again, but it's cleared away this time by AC Milan. 60 in-game minutes on the clock here. As we said before, they will go incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I don't think that Manchester United have shot a target in the second half.
They may only need one, though, as we've said, countless occasions here. They only need one. It's Bruno Fernandes. Calabria forward. Rafael Leao, Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Rafael Leao looking back in towards Ibrahimovic. Varane had to flick it away. It's gone for a corner.
And right now, AC Milan is starting to knock on the door of merit.
Absolutely, I think they are looking to impose their will here. Their changes are coming on there. See what effect they may take here, but Tonali is stood over this corner. Tonali looking in towards the header of Ibrahimovic, looking back towards Tomori. It's headed by nobody. It's gone all the way through. It'll go to a Manchester United throw-in.
And this match counterbalances how many goals we saw in the earlier matches.
Yeah, it's very much equalled it out from earlier on. As we see Zidane Iqbal, highly rated youngster from Manchester United, onto the field here. Cleared away by Kaya. Just seems to be breaking down that last pass, that last moment, as Casemiro rolls it on to Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, because both are best defending.
Sabitzer in towards the back post. Oh, it's off the post! And you can hear the groans. What an opportunity that was for Manchester United to take the lead. Ball's going to come back, though. It's still not cleared of full danger. Here is Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes looking to create a chance here. Zidane Iqbal. Casemiro. Iqbal. Back to Casemiro. Looking to roll in. Martial! Kills who breaks the deadlock. Martial scores the goal, and Manchester United take the lead.
And he was looking for this goal since the moment this match started. He didn't have much precision, but when he needed, he found it.
Remember, it only takes one, and it only took the one from Anthony Martial. What a strike that was. Again, good interplay between Iqbal, Casemiro, Kilzu, as you said, patience, working the opportunity, working the chance, and Anthony Martial finds the back of the net. You can see Kilzu delighted with that. Absolutely delighted.
And he celebrates in his own right. The moment in where AC Milan was getting better and better was the moment in which Manchester United scored.
It's the perfect time to strike. You
Yes.
take your opponent when they think they're about to get their way, sucker punch.
Pumba.
Pumba indeed. They very much sucker punch, and it sets that now in motion. There's now a difference here in terms of the way that these teams have now got to form. You notice there, left-hand side of your screen, he's looking to tuck up the shop. He's looking to put the shutter down and say, nope, you're not coming in now. And that also lends itself to how dangerous this AC Milan team are in this mode, in this mode and in this stance. Because again, physicality is massively important. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, incredibly physical, as we know, especially in this mode. He's gonna have to find, or they're gonna have to find something else here. As Naples looks to find his way through there, but instead his ball has been given away to Marcus Rashford. Rashford looking to try and find a little bit of a way through, and Krunic will intercept it and take it forward.
And this match is important because it may get Manchester United a little bit relief.
It may get them out of the danger zone at least. If not only for one game, is Kalulu to Tamori. Benacer. Looking to move forward once more. Rafael Leao, Krunic, Ibrahimovic. Ball being moved about there by Naples. Just can't find the next pass through. Instead, Bruno Fernandes looking to set Anthony Martial.
And Kilzu builds his game from the defense. He starts laying the base in his defense. And by having a good defense, he's getting able to win this game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in terms of the way that he's performed here, it's again, as we used the word earlier on, maturity. It's a mature performance. It's showing that actually we can find our level, we can perform. Naples, however, though, is always a danger. Until that final whistle goes, he's always a danger. As Martial heads it down, Iqbal clears it forward. So now, as we said before, as long as that ball stays in play, that clock keeps ticking. And for AC Milan, that time is winding down quicker and quicker as time goes on, as Sandro Martinez plays it back towards David De Gea. Oh, a bit of danger here, maybe. David De Gea clears that forward. Only as far as a Benacer header. AC Milan, could they get an opportunity? It's closed down by Bruno Fernandes. Not long left on the clock here. Sabitzer looking to run that clear. He will clear his lines, and you would think that that is going to be 3 points in the bag for Manchester United. And there goes the final whistle. And there seems to be the stereotype with our French players here. They just get angry even when they've won. As we see Kilzu just very angry with what he's doing.
Yes. I'm angry because I won.
Yeah. I've got 3 points. I'm really annoyed. Yeah, it's like, no, that's not how it works. But again, as we say, players who play on the limit, or players who are frustrated or annoyed,
it's passionate.
Sometimes it works in your favour.
Yes.
And that is when it works in your favour, is that annoyance that he had of, can't believe I've not scored more, I can't believe I've not played very well. Instead, you find a way to win. That's what champions do. They find ways to win.
That's true, my friend. And let's see the highlights of this amazing game.
Yeah, there wasn't that many chances really to speak of that you could point to and say AC Milan deserved to get anything out of the game, realistically. I look at some of the moves that they made, and again, that's a bit of chance that could have been. I mean, that could have been.
They tried, but they didn't have very clear chances.
No, I don't think they did. And I think looking at it, I think the balance of it is, I don't think they deserve to win that game. Like, looking at some of the chances, they were half chances more than anything else. Or, as one of my favourite sayings I used to use was, it was chances to have chances.
Yes, exactly.
If you're not picking the right options, you're not going to get your way through. And I think with AC Milan and with Naples, it wasn't particularly the most progressive of games, as you see there as well. Could have been more for them. You know, hitting the post off that header. Yeah, there were so many things that could have been a bigger goal difference on. And that probably explains as to why Kilsu was probably as angry as he was.
And now we are looking for the next match, but before we still have to see the goal that gave Kilsu.
Fantastic work from him. Against that chance, Martial scores, brilliantly finished off. And again, in terms of players we talked about, we said they have that interchangeable front three.
Yes.
If you're not using Sancho, you're using Martial. If you're not using Martial, you're using Rashford. If you're not using Rashford, you've got Anthony. They've got so many attacking options that they can use. It just comes down, as we've said before, it comes down to personal preference. It comes down to which one do you prefer using. Clearly, Kilsu likes using his countryman because Martial was the one that took the game away from him.
And this is how it went. Now it's time for the second match, and we will have Sasinho, the man with the best goal from match day 1, against Nexa.
So you've got goal of the match day versus previous season's MVP.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's a tie. That is a really good tie. And again, I think if Sasinho's correct in terms of his matchup, he will want to keep it tight, and he'll want to make sure that there is no goals conceded.
Exactly.
It's going to be incredibly hard against somebody like Nexa because he, again, is one to watch.
And in fact, they have just lost the first 3 points. They came, when I'm saying they, I'm referring to AC Milan. They came with perfect score. Well, that's no more.
But it's gone by the wayside now.
There are no more undefeated. There are no undefeated. Well, I think, Barcelona is still undefeated.
Yes.
Barcelona is still undefeated.
What you're ready to say is that winning streak's over. That's what it is. But looking at it as well from that can also be a little bit of a blessing because there's not that expectation you're going to go in and win every game. Because as we know from watching these games, you're not going to win every game.
No, of course.
You're not going to come in here and have a perfect record throughout the entire season. It's just,
it's impossible.
It's impossible because the level of players and the caliber is just too high. So you're going to lose at some point. This now becomes a point for AC Milan is how are your powers of recovery? Is Sasinho going to be kind of disheartened by the fact that Naples has just lost, or is he going to be buoyed by the fact that he's going to bring in Nexa? And more importantly, is Nexa going to take comfort in the fact that Kilsu's just won and he might go, oh, hold on a minute, I can do this as well. There's so many of those personality questions, and we talk about kind of the players on the pitch, we talk about the clubs, we talk about all these things. It's the intangibles of the human beings behind these controllers. It's how do they react on a human level? Because that's always the bit that intrigues me, is what goes on in their brains in terms of what do they look at and go, I'm inspired by that, or what do they look at and go, I'm really disheartened by that. What is the method and the game plan that goes with it? And there's so many different facets to this. You know, I speak to representatives from different clubs earlier on where they said, I didn't really know esports was this deep. I didn't realise it was this. Honestly, when I spoke to them when they said the weeks and months of preparations that these guys go into, they were shocked. They were like, I didn't realise there was so much going on this. And it's like, it really is. And, for those viewers at home that might just look at these 3 games and go, oh, they've only just turned up to Barcelona and they've just, it's a little bit of a jolly, it's a holiday. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because these guys will now go home with whatever results they're going to come out with, and they'll go, we need to work on this, we need to work on this, we need to work on this.
This tournament in particular, you have just 1 match. So you have to expect at least 2 weeks
to play
again.
It's one of the best, but also one of the most cruel competitions. Because if you come out and you don't win, or you don't score, or you don't put on a good performance, like you said, you've got 2, maybe 3 weeks of it burning you, the fact that you didn't put on the right level and you didn't put on the right game plan.
There are players that we have already a month going on in the competition and they haven't won.
Yeah, but that'll be something for them to go home and reassess, because as we've said, those guys will have teammates that have earned points here as we kick off game 2 here. It's Manchester United from left to right. It's Rashford looking for Martial early. He's offside from near enough the first minute.
Yeah, he was trying for this kickoff goal and he almost got it.
Almost indeed. Ball will come back the other way though. As we mentioned, it is Nexa versus Cicinho. His last season's MVP of the entire league versus the player with the goal of the matchday for matchday 1 this season.
And a check of 5,000 euros under his belt.
It's not bad for a goal. Not bad at all.
Perhaps he can have us for dinner.
maybe. Well, it depends on the result of this game. As you see Rafael Leao, and you'll see Cicinho try and grow into this. I don't think it's going to be a case of. I don't think it's going to be a. He's not going to try and play Nexa's game. He's going to go and try and play his own here. But as we'll see there, ball breaks to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez forward, looking towards Anthony Martial. Gets there ahead of Kalulu. Martial loses out eventually to Kalulu. It's Magnan forward to Calabria. Brahim Diaz. Ball is recaptured by Bruno Fernandes. Here's Fred.
Very battled.
He is indeed. Bruno Fernandes clips one over the top. Looks for Sabitzer. Sabitzer on the chest. Brilliant save from Magnan.
Very good saving by
Big opportunity for the Austrian. Ball is not cleared fully yet. Brahim Diaz will clear it this time. It's forward to Benacer. AC Milan looking to drive this forward. Benacer receives it once more. Benacer has Zlatan Ibrahimovic, gets away from his defender, but that little go-between between him and Wan-Bissaka just put him off enough to just let go of the ball.
It was near 15 in-game minutes. Not clear chances for anyone yet.
Not just yet. Apart from that one big opportunity that was just down the other end, but here's Zlatan looking to work their way in again, or AC Milan. Here's Benacer, double touch, finds it to Calabria. Brahim Diaz in towards the box, looking for a header on. It's Rafael Leao that will recover it at the edge of the box. Sandro Tonali. It's cleared away by Rafael Varane. Sabitzer launches that one clear.
It's a brainy match. They are studying each other. They're starting the game.
Oh, Magnan nearly came loose there at the seams. The ball goes launched forward again. Martial trying to flick it on. It's Fred who's going to recover it. Sabitzer in towards Fred. Fred, neat little back heel. Oh, it's Rashford!
Oh, la, Manchester.
I'm just counting up in my head. That was 1 back heel, 2 back heel, 3 back heel. Fantastic work from Nexa. Brilliant finish from Rashford.
And I think that today it's gonna be a very hard day for the guys picking the best goal of the match, because we have amazing goals. We have incredible goals. What a goal! It's stunning.
I mean, as a highlight reel goes, the production team are going to have a field day with the highlights package here, because this was fantastic.
Let's see.
If you watch this again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Unreal gameplay there to see consecutive back heels just at ease. But again, it's knowing the positions of where your players are going to be. Brilliant finish from Rashford.
Amazing.
Oh, sorry, no,
goal.
I beg your pardon. It wasn't Rashford. Number 9's not Rashford. No, number 9's Martial. It was fished up by. I think I had seen so many back heels, I got confused between my goal scorers. I believe that was Anthony Martial. Such was the speed of the back heels and such was the speed of the movement. It's very quick to follow it when you see a name. Brahim Diaz looking to get his way through here. AC Milan trying to insta response here.
And how fast things change.
Oh, Rashford is not. No, sorry, I got my own lines confused. Rashford's not number 9. I don't know where I got that from.
First match day, AC Milan got perfect points. Now they are losing the first 2 matches.
As Rafael Varane flicks it up and plays it back to his goalkeeper. He'll take that one clear. Nexa knows.
That was a nice trick.
Well, you say it was a trick. It's more so to time waste because it keeps the ball in the air. But I think it's a little bit too early for time waste, especially 30 in-game minutes in.
Yes.
Well, we'll see AC Milan try and launch their own counter-attack here. Benacer. Benacer over towards Rafael Leao. Leao neat dummy, looking towards Ibrahimovic. He swung a leg at it, but Lindelof got in the way.
He tried to kick the ball, but the ball wasn't there yet.
Kicked fresh air is what he kicked there. Here's Rashford. Rashford to Sabitzer. Back to Fred. Fred looking back in.
I'm still thinking about how great that goal was.
It was incredible movement. It was incredible movement. But we talk about players knowing where their players are going to be. It was second nature because he knew where that kind of row of players was going to be. So, again, it's brilliant prep work from him. It's Rafael Leao. Ibrahimovic, great give and go. Finds Leao, looking for Ibrahimovic again. Ibrahimovic still there. And it's a ball through, but AC are offside. And they will complain about it, but it's a foot. It's literally
nothing.
a foot.
It's nothing.
But as we said earlier, if you're offside by a yard or a mile, you're still offside.
But that was dangerous.
It was indeed. It's Tonali. Forward towards Brahim Diaz. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's cleared away though. Bruno Fernandes looks to launch that one forward. He's up against Martial. Up to Martial. It's cleared away once more by AC Milan. Here is Sandro Tonali. As we'll see the live table, you'll see the effects that these results have had all over this match day. And of course, we will bring you a live or a full table once we get at the conclusion of all of these results here today. And you'll see the movers and runners and riders of all of the changes you've seen here today. Here's Brahim Diaz. Diaz to Benacer.
There will be 1 minute.
Rafael Leao takes it under his spell. Brahim Diaz. Fred takes it away. Sabitzer, will he get the last attack of the half? He will look to try. And there's a slight challenge. It's through to Rashford. Rashford squares it to Martial. Martial, has he got the opportunity to big save? Rashford! Marcus Rashford makes it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. It's that lightning-quick attack. And again, it comes from, I can't say it's an error because they read it correctly. It's just a ricochet that doesn't go your way in eFootball. It's a great slight challenge to read the tackle, but it played straight into Rashford's hands. You'll see it here again. It's a great read. Instead, the ball bounces to Rashford. Martial, brilliant. Forces a save. Rashford sweeps it home. 2-0.
It's amazing how they build the play and how the planets lined up, because, you know, the goalkeeper did his job, but he had the second player on the right spot.
You see what it means to Nexa as well for that reaction. You can see what it means to them to represent Manchester United. It really is, like we said, it's that almost that badge of honour that they really have of, we are representing the club that we are especially proud of here. So again, great performance. It's only halfway of the job though for Nexa. He's got another half of football to go. But at the moment, he's looking that he's replicated some of the form that we saw last year, just in a different kit this year.
But, you know, what amazed me is that last match day, AC Milan looked invincible.
Indeed. But the thing that also surprised me, which the goal graphic has just given me here, Nexa hadn't scored before today. As Rashford takes a neat little double touch, tries to find the ball in Kaya, gets the ball away. He hadn't scored before today. It's so unlike Nexa to go in a 0-0. But again, as we said, Manchester United had a difficult game against Barcelona opening game.
Yes.
They had, you know, and we saw Barcelona's level already.
And by now, Barcelona is at the top of the standings.
They certainly are. And again, looking at the way that they are moving at the moment, Manchester United look to be looking up rather than down at this point in time.
Yes.
As you see, Calabria has it forward. Neat back here. Brahim Diaz trying to find his way in there. Alessandro Martinez clears that ball away. It's Marcus Rashford in towards Bruno Fernandes. Martial, Fred, Sabitzer. Sabitzer in towards Martial. Martial to Bruno Fernandes. Trying to find a way through there. Here's Sabitzer. Fred. It's Magnan. Just trying to collect himself a little bit here. Ball's going to come forward here by AC Milan. He's trying to get the ball through. Instead, Alessandro Martinez picks that up. It's Fred. Fred with the super cancels. Nexa just trying to employ a little bit of trickery just to get that ball through that low block.
Was 71,898.
Bringing Diaz onto Benacer. Benacer forward. Instead, Fred will come and pick his pocket and take it away from him. There's Martial, who has got away from Kayet. And Martial has got his way around the back here. He's found Marcel Sabitzer in towards Rashford again. And it's cleared away this time.
And now Nexa is justifying his win. Why is he winning? Because he's playing way better than his opponent.
Hold that thought as AC Milan look to be on the charge here. Ball to Benacer in towards Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao looking to turn. Bit of a stumble, nothing given by the referee, and Fred will clear. Here's Martial on towards Rashford. Calabria will take it clear. Ball forward by Wan-Bissaka. Martial looking to chase. It's Calabria. Martinez will clear. Calabria back once more. AC Milan running out of time here to get themselves into this game. Again, as we say about styles of teams playing up against one another, AC Milan just may have just ran into a team that it doesn't fit well with them.
Exactly, and they don't are being able to get some danger into Manchester United's box. Not even once.
No, they seem to be struggling. They seem to be struggling with trying to find a way through. That kind of the golden triangle, as I've seen it be said on social media, of Varane, Martinez, Casemiro.
Yes.
That triangle seems to be incredibly potent with stopping that block.
Number 8.
It really does.
That may explain a little bit why things are how they are.
Coming on to replace him is...
Yeah, it's Rashford in on goal again, and
Sassinio needs a goal right away if he wants to have any chance of equalizing this game.
I think so. I think it needs to. It's now or never, to pardon the parlance. As Tonali try and get that ball forward. It's Fred. Forward towards Martial. Martial rolls it in. Rashford once more!
And this game has ended. This game has ended. Amazing win. Amazing play for Nexa. This is the Nexa that we saw last season. Has nothing to do with the Nexa from Matchday 1. 3-0 in a very clear game, in a very clear level difference.
Number 9.
Yeah, fantastic ball as well though there. Just that one. And again, AC Milan, or Sassinio, thinks he's done enough. Thinks he's got the body across. If you look here, you see there the hand out. That's always a key thing to look for in eFootball. He thinks he's done enough. Calabria's got across. He thinks he's got the block in. Instead,
no.
You pull the trigger. You pull the trigger. You get the shot gone. And Nexa finds the back of the net. 3-0.
Nexa definition was amazing. In all of the 3 goals, the definition, the last step was amazing.
It's always that last step that is the most crucial. But the ball in the back of the net is the hardest thing to do in a game of football, let alone in a game of virtual football. Quite a nice echo for Nexa's celebration there, mimicking Marcus Rashford's. It's a nice little echo because it's Rashford that's done all the damage for him here.
That's true. That's true. And perhaps, who knows if Rashford is watching this live stream.
Who knows? Who knows indeed. But certainly he has been a thorn in this AC Milan side, especially with Nexa, as they look to come on the charge again here, as AC Milan just can't get that last bit of quality through the ball. Florenzi, Krunic. AC Milan just trying, and Sassinio just trying to find a way through here. They've got Rafael Leao. It's quick feet from Rafael Leao. Got the controlled strike, and there is.
It's a goal.
1 goal. They've gone to get the ball at the net. There is still time. It's improbable, but it's not impossible.
Yes, I think this goal is more important for Kirito, who's playing the next game, than from Sassinio.
It certainly would give you a little bit of confidence to say, yeah, actually, we can put the ball in the back of the net. And it was that very quick feet there from Rafael Leao. A little bit of dribbling, then the double touch takes it away from the defender. Controlled strike, finds it into the back of the net. like I say, very delicately poised right now. And I know some people may look at it and go, but where's that? It's 3-1. I'm like, no, it's still poised. There's still time. Nexa will need to go out and kill this game now.
Yes, it's, as you said, it's improbable, but it's possible. For it to be real, he needs to grab this ball as fast as he can.
Yeah, and it's just whether Nexa's going to allow him to. And as we say that,
well,
he's now giving the ball away. And it's Rafael Leo. Rafael Leo through the middle, looking for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and it's cleared away by Lisandro Martinez. Affectionately known as the Butcher around the place at Old Trafford. It's Florenzi to Tonali, in towards Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic still moving forward here. What can he fashion out here? Not a lot, as the chance may seem. Only two added minutes, so this looks like it's going to be heading the way of 6 points now, going the way of Manchester United. And the ball is thefted there by Lindelof, his friend. There goes the final whistle. 3-1 for Nexa. And that is a huge result for Manchester United.
6 points already in the bag. And, you know, if you are the AC Milan coach now, you're saying, how can this be? How can we come from 9 out of 9 to 0 out of 6?
Well, there's a couple of arguments you could make. Number one, you're in a derby in the day one.
Yes.
You're in a derby. There's an increased pressure. Number two, you could point to the results that we've seen from FC Inter today, point to them and go, are they as strong as Manchester United? Now, again, we're only taking this match day and last match day into account. On the basis of the results we've seen so far, Manchester United are stronger than Inter. And more importantly, we have seen a lot of players reference Manchester United as being one of the favourites.
That's true.
So with that all being said, as you quite rightly said earlier, we're needing to find where AC Milan are as a level. We need to find out exactly where they are in the grand scheme of things. Was it a one-hit wonder? Was it a flash in the pan? Or have they got more in their locker? Now, if they can take 3 points away of this third game, then that kind of argument kind of becomes a bit of a moot point.
Yes, exactly.
Because
I think
as it stands right now,
this match is the most important of the three.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Because they need something to go away with.
Yeah, because it's so different to have 3 points, 6-3, than to have 9-0. It's really it's a sea of difference.
Well, and also to put it in context, as the stat that between me and Semra dropped earlier, a 9-point match day never happened in eFootball Championship Pro. So I think it's such an anomaly that I think it's the anomaly that kind of almost disproves the rule. I don't think that we are seeing the best of AC Milan, but I think that's more so because we're now seeing the quality that Manchester United possess. And I think that's the real takeaway from this game. It's not necessarily how bad have AC Milan been, it's actually how good have Manchester United been. I think that's the real takeaway.
That's true, and you know, if Manchester United wins this the last game, then we climb from the seventh standing to the second one. That's amazing.
Yeah, but it shows you just how compact it is in that cluster.
It's really compact. That's true.
And also it'd be great for them because again they could walk away and go, okay, well we're second. Okay, actually, first match day may not have gone exactly as we planned.
Yes.
But we took 9 points away. But as I've said, a 9-point match week or a 9-point match day is a rare occurrence. But I'm hoping that we're not going to see kind of an echo of it. I'd like us to see some type of response from Kirito. And again, we haven't even touched on the player that he's playing against in Lotfi, who, again, as we've said, went back-to-back in 2019 and 2020 with that Uzbekistan team.
Yes. And he's
was a runner-up in 2021. Has had a litany of success, both nationally, internationally, as a co-op, as a normal, as a 1v1 player. And again, it knows his way around the game. It's not like we just grabbed random people off the street and gone, here, come and play eFootball for a bit. These are premier players.
Yes, he's a young veteran because he's just 23 years old.
Yeah.
But he has been playing since he was.
He's been playing since the dawn of time, from what it
Yes.
feels like.
Yes.
But it's right. It's you've got these youthful players, but they are experienced, and I suppose that's the beauty of this kind of setup now, is you've now got kind of players who are mid-20s but have been around for years, so they already have that experience. So when you have the likes of Nexa, Killzoo, youngsters, although they're of similar ages, they've got a bag full of experience that they can import onto those players and then make their own styles out the back end of it. So I think this is going to be the real tale of this game. If it's United and they get 9 points, it's going to be a fantastic match week for them. If it's 3 points or a 1 point, if it's a 1 point, I still think it's a very good match. Match day for Manchester United. But I think for AC Milan to walk away with at least some level of happiness, they're going to need 3 points here.
Yes, I agree completely. Lotfi is the oldest player in Manchester United with just 23 years old. He's the captain. So this is a very young team, but a very talented team. I think that perhaps their youth could take a toll on the first match day.
Well, as a not so wise man once said, you don't win anything with kids. And I'm thinking that these might disprove the rule. I think these might disprove the rule just a little bit, because youth, especially within an esport perspective, youth and kind of exuberance and reflexes, they're what you need at this level.
Yes.
It's the reason why seldom people who are of an elder age group, 30s and or above, don't come to esports events, because your reflexes go after a while. It's a lot like playing real football.
Yes.
Once your speed goes, or once your aerial ability goes, or your jumping or your physical attributes go, then it's okay. It's always the adage is a young man's game. It's the same within esports. It's a young person's game. So for all of these guys now, this is like their prime. They're going to come into their prime pretty quickly. It's then going to be a case of, can you recapture it? Now, luckily for us, I would say even the two elder players that we saw today, who we had said, please find it, they found it.
Yes, of course.
So I think
Rota, it's in Dominator, it's Alex Aguasil.
Yeah, but even by Alex's standards, he's not old.
No,
but one point stands is that you're going to be expecting it. As we see here, Game 3, this is the last game of the last tie of Matchday 2. And at the top of your screen, you can see the games that have just been and gone. And again, as we've said before, if Manchester United do take the game here, they will take all 9 points back to Manchester.
So this is our last match of the day, our last game of the day as well.
Indeed it is. It's Kirito versus Lotfi. It is AC Milan from left to right, as we see Ibrahimovic winning the ball. Tonali looking back over the top there, looking for Rafael Leo, heads it down, it's cleared away by Martinez. Here's Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, flicks it onto Martial. Ericsson, beautiful passage of play there. Sabitzer has got two runners in the middle if he can find them. Instead, he's ran into an AC Milan brick wall. Here's Rafael Leo. Brahim Diaz wins it and takes it back. And Casemiro, again, as we said, that DMF position is so vital in the 4-3-3 formation. You need somebody who is a disruptor, or a destroyer. You need
to break that.
Who's just going to break that spirit. This is Calabria, Brahim Diaz.
And now is Kirito the one trying, the one making the goals.
Calabria into the box, headed clear by Rafael Varane. There's Marcus Rashford.
AC Milan is having a hard time attacking.
Kaya has been caught in possession here. It's Marcus Rashford. Rashford has two over in the centre. 3v2. Tomori going to come across, is he? He's going to double touch instead. It's a brilliant challenge from Fikayo Tomori. Again, we spoke about Tammy Abraham, an Englishman in the Italian league, going and reinventing himself. Tomori also fits that category. There's Rafael Leo. Wan-Bissaka clears it away. Martial looking to win the challenge in the air. Benacer wins it. It's Rafael Leao.
It's a fast game. It's not a skillful game, at least for now.
But it will turn into one of those types of games very quickly. Once they have worked each other out, that's when the game really starts. As we see AC Milan trying to charge forward here. Eriksen with a defensive header. Casemiro plays it on. Is Sabitzer, rolls it forward towards Martial, who's got man over, but he can't take hold of the ball, Martial.
But it's a very fast-paced game. It looks almost like tennis.
It very much does. And in terms of the pace, have a look at the players that are playing on this pitch. They're no slouches in terms of pace. As we see, Zlatan Ibrahimovic goes for the shot. De Gea with the save.
It almost looks like when you're playing against the AI, you know, that it's like a little bit mechanical.
Yes, but and again, to kind of lend itself to these guys will have trained to know what patterns work.
Yes, of course.
So you'll see a lot of into centre forward, into left wing, then back to centre midfielder, then out to the forward.
But then the one who breaks
the one who does something completely different is the one that normally scores.
Exactly.
Which is why we saw Dybala's goal earlier.
Exactly.
Which is why we saw a lot of Indominator's goals earlier.
Yes.
Which is why we saw that, like we said, sometimes with these players, and I've kind of said this a lot, is sometimes they try and be too creative. And that sounds silly to say. Sometimes you can be too creative. If you just do the simple things, you can score goals. And that's what we're seemingly finding at the moment. First touch finishes seem to be the order of the day. As the ball goes into the box, Rafael Leao with the header. It's palmed away by David De Gea. Cleared away by Wan-Bissaka.
Good defending by Manchester United.
Was indeed his Tonali.
Well execution on the corner by AC Milan. I think the best corner execution on the day.
And so we'll have another attempt at it here. Tonali delivering the ball into the box, looking for the header of Ibrahimovic. It's taken away by Fernandes. And it was cleared for a goal kick. Rashford in towards Fernandes. Martial. Eriksen. Bruno Fernandes. Back to Eriksen. Manchester United looking for a way forward here. They found Marcel Sabitzer. It's Eriksen. Out of play. It is going to be a throw in the direction of AC Milan. Ibrahimovic with the knockdown. Finds Rafael Leao. Great turn from Leao. Finds Ibrahimovic. Wan-Bissaka gets there. David De Gea comes flying out of his goal to go ahead and deal with that one. Rashford wins the header. Ball goes in for the strike. It's a good save.
What is amazing is that with today's results, if AC Milan wins this match, they will still be the first in the standing league.
Just goes to show you the turnaround in terms of clubs' fortunes as well.
Yes.
Is that they are looking to try and win this just to stay level at the top of the tree. Whereas with Man United, if they go ahead and win this, they slide into second.
Yes.
It's a crazy turnaround. But that's the beauty of this format now. Now that there's 9 points per game.
9 points per game. That's amazing.
Yeah, it really changes the narrative. And because again, if you do best of threes in a league stage, a lot of the times you probably find that the third game or the second game, if somebody goes a goal up, then it gets a little bit kind of pedestrian at that point. Yes. Where the ball just flies around the back and nobody really does anything. Instead of this, that with every game having something on the line, it's actually perfect. You see ball going forward. Brahim Diaz slots it in across the box, and Rafael Varane will take that one clear.
Yes, and having a good match day leaves you open for when you don't have a good match day, and the other way around. I mean, if you do have a bad day, that may tank you on the standings.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, as we always go at pains to say here, you don't get these games back as ball goes forward here, looking for Rafael Leao. Varane's taking a bad touch though. Rafael Leao in a goal! AC Milan take the lead.
And they ran for the first in the table once again. They say, here we are. This was not a mistake. It's incredible.
Carito showing that there is still signs of life over there in the AC Milan camp. Again, it was a read of a bad touch from Rafael Varane, but we've seen it before. Sometimes you have to read those bad touches, and you'll see it here again. This ball goes forward here. It's just this bad touch from Rafael Varane. Keep your eyes on it. But you'll notice because of how wide Rafael Leao goes, it shows you that Carito has already super cancelled and has broken that run, so he can then just get a hold of the ball. As you'll see it here once more. You'll see that just that little movement there shows that he's broken away from it, and he's able to then get in front of the ball. It's a great finish in truth.
So it's so important how quick you may think in that situation.
Absolutely, and it shows quick thinking. It's showing that you are, as you said before, you're adapting to a situation, and you're getting the best out of those players. You see, ball going forward here. Here's Marcel Sabitzer, Marcus Rashford. Rashford takes a step inside, takes a double touch, goes for the strike. Oh, Rashford with the instant response.
Instant kickoff goal, as I like them. How hard was for AC Milan to score, and how easy was for Manchester United to get the equalizer?
Well, they always say that you are at your most vulnerable when you've just scored. And no further truth of this, as you can see here. It's this touch here, it's the double touch there, and it's an unsighted goalkeeper and a controlled shot into the corner. It's brilliant play from Lotvik. And again, but you have to stay aware. Even when you've scored, you have to stay switched on. You can't just go, I'll take the lead.
But it's difficult, you know?
It is, of course it is.
It's difficult because you make a goal, you say, okay, I'm saving the day for the team. Well, you're not saving it anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a little bit of time left in this day before we start figuring out whether they've saved themselves or not. As you see, ball going forward for De Gea. De Gea can't save it. It's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It is 2-1.
And as a great wise man said, you have to stay focused after you score.
That's exactly it. You've got to stay switched on. You have to stay switched on, and you have to pay your opponent the right amount of respect there. As you can see, ball goes to the wide part, cut back in. Ibrahimovic again. De Gea's already going to try and dive that way. Still can't get to it because of the placement from Ibrahimovic. Wonderful finish from the big man. Slots it into the corner, and AC Milan have their lead again.
Look at Sassinio's smile.
Yeah, you can see the light. You can see them. They're just like, yeah, well, we've just done to them what they've done to us. Unbelievable.
It's payback time.
You've got to stay switched on though if you're AC Milan. It's Bruno Fernandes comes forward. Rashford. Tomori will clear it this time. Ibrahimovic looking forward there. Carito moves on to 4 goals. So he'll make himself present on that table. It's Tonali. Tonali forward. Brahim Diaz. Ibrahimovic forward to Rafael Leao. Leao on side. Good save. Oh, Brahim Diaz just can't sneak that in. The angle was too wide.
But that asks for a back heel.
It did, but again, you're talking about that with no heart rate, a cold pulse, and nothing on the line. Meanwhile, he's there. You know, Carito. I mean, it was fantastic to fashion the chance in the first place. Great ball movement, but again, the wherewithal to try and do a back heel at that point, you'd be asking a lot. Here's Christian Eriksen looking forward for Martial. Benacer.
I think it's the last chance in this halftime. Very nice match.
I think he does. I think it is the last chance. It is the last chance. It's 2-1.
A very nice match we had in the second half of the first half. Things got a lot better.
Well, we said if you were AC Milan, you're wanting to win this in the hope that you can give yourself something positive to go off of. They're 45 minutes away here.
Yes,
and we also said at the top of this game, 9 points or a 9-point match day is a rarity.
Yes.
You have to be incredibly on your game.
And also, Carito is winning his game not by chance. I mean, he has done things to justify the score.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not without skill, or it's not luck that he's ended up in this scenario.
But also Lofty is in the game.
Great drag back from Rafael Leao. Back heel. Scoop ball in
Epa.
towards Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Varane will run that back to David De Gea.
That's the kind of game I like.
Oh, I know. You're very much a man for flicks and tricks as it goes. Is Marcus Rashford looking to win the header. Finds down to Bruno Fernandes. Sabitzer. What can he do? Can't do a lot. I'll go back to Maignan. Eriksen wins the header. Casemiro looking forward, and Kalulu will intercept it. Finds Rafael Leao. Sandro Tonali. Casemiro intercepts. Tonali back towards Rafael Leao, running a very good part of the field for AC Milan. Ibrahimovic wins it back. He's adjudged to have been illegally in the ref's mind.
Now the match has decreased in intensity, but it's just 10 in-game minutes.
If you were describing this as a fire, the coals have turned to an ember right now. We're just waiting for it to heat back up once more as Tonali finds Rafael Leao. Wan-Bissaka intercepts it. De Gea launches that forward. Sabitzer, Eriksen. As you can see, just a quick preview or a quick review of today's results as Rashford does to get through on goal once more. Rashford, good save, rebound!
And now everything starts again. We said this is getting quieter. Well, not anymore, my friend. Lofty was still in the game. I said it some minutes earlier. This game is far from being closed. This is 2 for Manchester United, 2 for AC Milan.
I was asked earlier, who would I pick as players to have in your arsenal if you were playing as Manchester United? One of them forced the save and the other one put the ball in the back of the net. It's Marcus Rashford, it's Bruno Fernandes. They are so critical to how this team performs, both in real life and on the virtual pitch, as you're seeing there. Bruno Fernandes right where he needed to be, anticipated a rebound and took it home for 2-2.
And now Manchester United is once again being able to grab that 9-point match day.
It's there to be claimed, but if there's a team that are going to not try and allow them to do that, it will probably be the team that did it on match day 1.
Exactly.
Will it be AC Milan? They will not want to have a reversal happen on their watch. Ball's going to go forward here. Brahim Diaz. Zlatan Ibrahimovic looks for the instant strike, and instead it's David De Gea that will grasp it to him.
Too far.
A little bit too far, off balance, was trying to hit it kind of in a 180, and to get as purchase on it, I don't think it's not really going to go that much distance. Hopefully they'll have a better opportunity down the track here as Sandro Tonali, Ibrahimovic, Rafael, Sandro Tonali. Cleared away once more by Manchester United, and they're looking to try and counter-attack here. There's Christian Eriksen. Forward towards Marcus Rashford. Rashford moving infield. Martial. Back to Eriksen. Good use of the football here, and it's given away to Kalulu. There's Rafael Leao. Ibrahimovic. Moving forward is
And now
AC
it's
Milan.
Kirito.
It's Kirito who's in the ascendancy here. Rafael Leao, Tonali. What can be done here? Can AC Milan score? They can't. It's forced to save from De Gea. Ball is not gone yet. It is a corner ball.
They seem tired, in pitch and out of the pitch.
It's been a long. If you think about it from a player perspective, it's been a long day for both of these
Yes.
teams to play.
Yes.
If you talk about, if you're looking at the time locally,
Yes, they were here from the morning.
So they've been here all morning. They'll have probably been practicing a
Yes.
lot during the day. There's a lot of energy that goes into that, and that's where you kind of have to pace yourself as a
Yes.
player. You don't want to practice too much, you don't want to practice too little.
Yes.
You want to hit that sweet spot so that when you come to match day or you come to the games that you're due to play, you're in that sweet spot.
And it's funny that tonight you may cross with a lot of players, but on Friday night you won't see no one because they are at their rooms practicing until late night.
Yeah, and that's the level of dedication that these players will take, as we see corner potentially going to be going in from Brahim Diaz. Ball into the box, looking for the header of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. De Gea comes away with it. Now you'll see, interestingly, Zidane Iqbal on again for Manchester United. Again, looks to be a little bit of a go-to sub for Manchester United currently as Kayer wins the header. It's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes forward to Rashford. Rashford, what can he do here? Rashford double touch, passes into Iqbal. Iqbal round the corner for Sabitzer, takes the first time strike. I don't think Lovely thought he was onside there, and that's why he's taken that strike early. He had a little bit more time than he realised. It's Bruno Fernandes, lofts it forward. Kayer with the header. Maignan will take it in to his hands, and looking at it here, we've got 12 in-game minutes left here. Benacer. There's a good block there, and could be a little bit of a gift here for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, double touch, looking to get it around the corner. Marcus Rashford, big save from Maignan. There was a manual movement just before then. Carito with a fantastic save.
So close of this 9-point match day that we were looking for. That's close.
Very close, but it's a brilliant save from Maignan. Finger-tipped around the posts.
How dangerous is Manchester United when they attack?
They are. It's lethal. Counter-attacks with their players and with the abilities they have between Eriksen, Fernandes, and all of the attacking talent that I have already listed. They are so good going forward. Look for the header of Rafael Varane, though, potentially trying to flick it on. It's Benacer who heads it clear. Tamori heads it away, only as far as Zidane Iqbal. Iqbal trying to show Tamori something different here as Iqbal looks to dance his way in, finds Sabitzer. Sabitzer takes a step away, and Adil will take it clear. Here is Rafael Leao. Krunic. Brahim Diaz back to Krunic. To Calabria. Calabria back towards Krunic again. AC Milan looking to just build up through the gears here. Rafael Leao's got round Wan-Bissaka, cuts it back towards Brahim Diaz. It's struck and it's cleared away.
Good defending by Manchester United. They got a lot of players on their box, and that's why AC Milan couldn't find that hole for the goal to go through.
Absolutely, but there's still danger here for both teams here. 2-2, delicately poised, not long left. Who is going to get the last chance, and will they convert it, more importantly? Here's Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao, Zidane Iqbal does well to not foul there. Ball has bounced to Hadley. And that is going to be all she wrote. And that is going to be 7 points to Manchester United, only 1 to AC Milan.
Which is enough for them to still be at the top of the league with, in this case, along Barcelona. Barcelona has 12 points, AC Milan has 10 points.
Yeah, and again, fantastic showing from Manchester United. I mean, they were superb today.
Yes.
In terms of their level, but again, that just goes to show, in terms of the levels of teams, in terms of the levels of players, you're going to see it over the course of match days. You're going to find out exactly where AC Milan are. Whether it's a case that, you know, they're a little bit of, as we would say in the UK, flat track bullies,
yes,
or have they got the quality to go and damage teams that are either equal to or superior than them?
Yes, this seems really irregular to come from 9 points to 1. But, well, it's the way it goes. These things may happen, and these are the highlights of this game.
Yeah, and as we'll see these highlights come through here, you can see the chances that were there, you can see the chances that were being built on by AC Milan just wasn't quite going their way, or at least it did in game 1. Or at least you thought, oh, actually, no, sorry, the highlights here, I believe, are from I think it's from game 2, but you're seeing their first goals. You can see the disappointment from AC Milan already in terms of their body language when they came off.
They would do today to see how they would react, considering there was so much hype around what they did on Matchday 1. Historically collecting 9 points, maximum points, no one having done that before in the competition. And I think they got a little bit of a dose of reality today. Manchester United also came out with a brave face. They performed much better than they did on Matchday 1, picking up only the 2 points. And the other thing is, we have to remember the Red Devils, they were eliminated from this competition really prematurely last time out. They didn't make it to the knockout rounds. And I think they've made it very clear today that they're looking to rectify that. So statement games, statement performance all around. undefeated today, by the way, with 2 wins and a draw. We can very quickly go through all of those results. Game 1, I think we saw it was more of a closed game, a very cagey game. Not too many chances. The late goal coming from Kills You in the end, but patience was really the name of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And as as we were referring to it on commentary, it only took 1 chance for Kills You. It only took 1 opportunity for him, and he was able to score. It's that level of being clinical in front of goal is what you require here. And I think looking at both teams, I think we're looking at more questions than answers around AC Milan. And I think we found out a little bit more about Manchester United today and go, actually, we kind of forget the calibre of the players that they've got, and then you forget the calibre of the players they've got at their disposal. So you kind of forget that they are as good as they can be, and they certainly showed it today.
They certainly did indeed. Well, I have a funny feeling we'll be talking about some of the other players from Manchester United, but we're going to focus on Kills You, who, as you rightly say, Wes, 1 chance, 1 goal, that's all you need. It's in the name, right? He makes sure that he takes the opportunities that are granted to him. Well, he is now with Fiorita, so we can get a better sense of how he feels after picking up those 3 points today, as well as how Manchester United did overall.
Thank you, Semra, here with Kills You. Congratulations. Well, today 7 points. So is this the real level for Manchester United?
Yes, our first match day was very difficult. Even this match day was very difficult. Only small win, but that's the victory we need to stay in a good position. So yes, we are very happy.
You climbed from the bottom, and now you are on the top pack. And why?
Because I think that's where we should be, because we are one of the best team, I think, in the league. So it was very difficult match, but yes, we will do keep better, and yes, that's it.
Next match day is an English derby, very important match. How do you prepare, and what have you studied about Arsenal?
Yeah, we saw their match. They are very offensive. They score a lot of goals, but we will work on our defense. But yes, we are ready. English derby, so I hope we will win this one.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations for the match day. It Kills You from Manchester United.
Thank you very much indeed to both of you. Obviously, that